Today shall continue some numericals based on the previous topics. The previous topics that we have studied are some basic units, derived units, and then some laws of chemical combinations like law of conservation of mass, law of multiple proportions, law of definite proportions, Diels-Sachs law of combining volumes, and the Avogadro's law. So first let us take some conversions. First, for example, if you are given radius of the first orbit of hydrogen, is given in angstroms, is 0.53 angstroms. Convert this to A centimeter, B meter, C nanometer. First remember, 1 angstrom corresponds to 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter, or we can also write this as 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So if you want to convert this 0.53 angstroms into centimeter, then you take 0.53 angstroms is equal to 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. This can be expressed as either 53 into 10 to the power minus 10 centimeter or 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 9 centimeter. But in the next topic, in the next video, we will see the scientific notation of certain numbers. Suppose you are given with the 10 to the power some numbers, then according to scientific method, the number should be expressed between 1 and 10. So it should be less than 10 but more than 1. That's why the correct method to express in the scientific notation is 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 9 centimeter. Then coming to the second one, in terms of the meter, we know that 1 angstrom corresponds to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Therefore, 0.53 angstrom corresponds to 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Minus 10 meter. That is equal to 53 into 10 to the power minus 12 meter, or we can also write this as 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter according to scientific notation. Then to convert that to nanometer, 1 nanometer corresponds to 1 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Or in other words, we can say 10 to the power minus 9 meter is equal to 1 nanometer. Therefore, in this third conversion, 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter is equal to 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 9 I am writing. This 10 to the power minus 11 I am writing as 10 to the power minus 2, 10 to the power minus 9. So this is 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 2 nanometer, because 10 to the power minus 9 corresponds to nanometer. So that is the conversion of the radius into different units. Then coming to the second point, second numerical. At a certain temperature and pressure, volume of HCl gas is found to be 200 cm3. Convert the volume to meter cube, liter and decimeter cube. This At a certain temperature and pressure, volume of this HCl gas is given as 200 centimeter. So we know that 1000 cm cube corresponds to 1000 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. That is, cm stands for 10 to the power minus 2 meter, and this should be whole cube. So it is 1000 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. Therefore, 200 cm cube corresponds to 200 divided by 1000 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. So I can cancel two zeros in the numerator and denominator, and this comes out to be 200. Let me write in another way. 1 cm cube, 1 cm cube is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. Therefore, 200 cm cube is equal to 200 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. That is equal to 200 into 10 to the power minus 6 corresponds to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter cube. So in meter cube, we can write this as 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. Then coming to the conversion to liter, 1000 cm cube corresponds to 1 liter. Therefore, 200 cm cube is equal to 200 divided by 1000, that is equal to 0.2 liters. We know that in the conversion of liter to decimeter cube, 1 liter corresponds to 1 dm cube. Therefore, 0.2 liter is nothing but equal to 0.2 decimeter cube. So this is the conversion of the volume to SI unit as well as to the liters. The next point, next numerical. A force of 2.25 into 10 to the power 5 dynes is acting on 225 cm square area. Calculate pressure in Newton per meter square, B pascals. So first let us write the definition for this pressure. Pressure is equal to force per unit area. Force is given as 2.25 dynes. Force is equal to 2.25 into 10 to the power 5 dynes. This is the Cesium system of expressing the force. But we know that 1 into 10 to the power 5 dynes corresponds to 1 Newton. Therefore, 2.25 into 10 to the power 5 dynes corresponds to 2.25 Newton. 10 to the power 5 dynes corresponds to 1 Newton. Therefore, 2.25 into 10 to the power 5 dynes corresponds to 2.25 Newton. And area is given in centimeter square, 225 cm square. 225 cm square. As usual, you write the conversion to meter square into 10 to the power minus 2 meter whole square. That is 225 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Therefore, pressure is equal to, force is 2.25 dynes newtons divided by 225 into 10 to the power minus 4. This is 2.25 into 10 to the power 4 divided by 225. So you can just write this as 225 into 10 to the power 2. Taking 10 to the power 2 to multiply with this one divided by 225. So it is 100. 100. The unit for this one is Newton per meter square. But 1 Newton per meter square, this is second point, this is A. To calculate that in terms of pascals, 1 Newton per meter square is called as the 1 pascal. Therefore, the pressure will be equal to 100 pascals. So this is the conversion of the force per unit area, that is nothing but pressure, into the SI unit. The next numerical will go for the value of R. This R stands for universal gas constant. Universal gas constant in a CGS unit is given as 1.9872 calories per degree per mole. You have to convert this to SI unit. Convert to SI unit. The conversion factor, 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joules. So 1 calorie corresponds to 4.184 joules. Therefore 1.9872 calorie is equal to 4.184 into 1.9872. This comes out to be 8.3144 joules. Therefore, the value of R is equal to 8.3144 joule per Kelvin per mole. That is the universal gas constant. This you will come across in the gaseous state chapter, where we have that PV is equal to nRT, where R is called as the universal gas constant. Its value in SI system is 8.3144. Next, we have a question based on the law of definite mass or definite composition. Calculate the mass of carbon dioxide formed when 5 grams of calcium carbonate is decomposed. So to calculate this one now, we have given the equation CaCaCO3 giving rise to CaO plus CO2. We know that based on the law of conservation of mass, the total mass of the product must be equal to total mass of the reactant. And from the molar masses of these substances, we know that 100 grams of calcium carbonate will give rise to 56 grams of calcium oxide and 44 grams of carbon dioxide. Therefore, for 5 grams of calcium carbonate, 100 grams gives rise to 44 grams. Therefore, 5 grams will give rise to 5 into 44 divided by 100. That is, on simplification, you will get 2.20 grams. So this is based on the law of conservation of mass. If you are asked to calculate the mass of the calcium oxide also, then if 5 grams is the mass of this calcium carbonate, 2.2 is the mass of this carbon dioxide. Then the remaining mass will be of calcium oxide. That is 2.80. So the total mass of the reactant and product must remain same. Okay. Next, numerical. Calculate the ratio of masses of oxygen combining with 1 gram of nitrogen, 1 gram of nitrogen in nitric oxide and N2O3, dinitrogen trioxide. We know that in nitric oxide, the ratio of the masses of the nitrogen and oxygen, it is 14 to 16. Therefore, 1 gram of nitrogen will combine with 16 by 14 grams of oxygen. In the nitrogen N2O3, dinitrogen trioxide, the ratio of the nitrogen to oxygen is 28 to 48. Therefore, 1 gram of nitrogen will combine with 48 divided by 28. Now the ratio, if you calculate, the ratio is 16 to 14. In case of this, mass of oxygen is 16 to 14 in this nitric oxide, while it is 48 to 28 in case of this N2O3. Now if you simplify, this will be 16 by 1, 48 by 2, because 14 and into 2 will give rise to 28, or it will be 16 to 24. So if you divide by 8, it will be 2:3. We can do it in another way. Take the exact ratio of this 16 by 14. This will be 1.14. 1. This 48 divided by 28 will be 1.71. Therefore, the ratio of the oxygen combining with 1 gram of nitrogen in these two compounds will be 1.14 is to 1.71. Or if you divide by 1.14, it will be 1 is to 1.5 or 2 is to 3. So that is the ratio of the masses of the oxygen combining with 1 gram of, that is fixed mass of nitrogen, is 2:3. So this is based on the law of multiple proportions. If you remember the statement, with a fixed mass of one element, the ratio of the masses of the other element combining bears a simple ratio. So these are some numericals based on these previous topics. So in the next topic we will consider the Dalton's theory of atom, and then the atomic mass, molecular mass, and the limitations of the Dalton's atomic theory. Thank you.